Hey, what's up? This is Phil from All That Remains, and you are watching Metalshop TV.
Okay, so Phil from All That Remains.
Yes, sir.
You are playing in Czech Republic after 9 years, if I'm correct.
I think so. Last time that we played in the Czech Republic, I believe it was with The Haunted.
Yeah. And it must be cool to see, you know, this thing kind of exploding.
It's really, really cool to be back. It's been a long time, like I said. This is only the third time that we've been fortunate enough to play in the Czech Republic. We did a fest a long time ago, and I don't remember what festival it was. We did that show with The Haunted, like 9 years ago or something like that, and then today. So it's good to be back. We've got a new label for international, which is something that we've been working on for a while. Our old label, Razor and Tie, they don't have an office in Europe or at all in Europe or in England or anything like that. So we felt like we didn't get kind of the support that we were hoping for. So now that we've got a new label and some new management, we're looking to make a significant push into Europe and hopefully, bring some All That Remains music to people that have been missing out on it.
Cool. Besides, playing shows, do you have any special memories about Czech Republic or anything that?
Well, like I said, it's only been this is only my third time here. So I mean, Prague's a beautiful city. So it's nice to drive in and see the old architecture and stuff like that. It's unlike anything that we have in the U.S. So it's beautiful. But I don't have a lot of history here in the Czech Republic to be like, oh well, this one time. It's like, well, we came here twice before, and each time it was in and out the same day. So
that's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. It is. So that's why we're excited to be back, and hopefully we're looking to come back to Europe again next year, at least one time, hopefully twice.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your new record. It's called Victim of the New Disease. And you seem pretty confident about that record. Would you call it your best work to date?
I have a problem with saying things like that because everybody always says it. I mean, when you're trying to sell something, you don't want to, you're trying to get people to listen to something, you don't want to be like, well, it's all right. But at the same time, I'm not really good with the PR kind of, you have to say this stuff. I'm really, really excited about the record. I'm really happy with the way it came out, but I don't know that I'll be able to say if it's one of my favorite ones for at least another couple of years. We've got 9 records now, so it's kind of tough to be like, oh yeah, that's my favorite, or that's not my favorite. So I got to see how I feel later. But we are really excited about the record. It's the heaviest record we've done probably since 2010's for We Are Many. So I'm really just hoping that people check it out and dig what they're hearing.
Okay. The standout track for me is Fuck Love. Could you tell me a bit more about this specific song? Why did you decide to pick it as a single?
Well, I mean, really, we just wanted to have something that really, really grabbed people's attention. Something that was really heavy. All That Remains as a band historically have had really significant changes and evolutions, and even on the same record, we'll have a record that, like our last record, Madness, we had a song called Safe House, which was, heavy and double bass and stuff all the way through, but then there were songs like, If I'm Honest, which is a very, very, very laid back, chill kind of song. So because of the fact that we were looking to focus on the fact that this record's really got a lot of heavy stuff on it, we figured it'd be best to lead with the heaviest track on the record. So.
Okay, that's cool. Danny Worsnap from Asking Alexandria is the only guest on a record. Did you know from the start that you want to work with him?
We didn't know from the start. When we finished writing the song, Just Tell Me Something, I just called him up and I said, hey, Danny, we got this song and I think it'd be great if you'd sing on it. I think it really, lends itself to your style. And he said, hey, send it to me. I sent it to him. He's like, I like it. I'll do it. And we're like, cool. He did it, sent it back. We were like, we love it. He's like, great. And so we put it on the record, you know.
Okay.
It was real simple. I've known Danny for a long, long time. We've done a bunch of touring with Asking Alexandria. We've also got a lot of mutual friends back in the States. So, you know, we'll stay in touch and send each other silly memes or you know, just check in with each other every once in a while. So it was really, really cool that he decided to do it, though. We're really excited and really happy with the way it came out.
Okay. And it's a cool song.
Thank you.
So, you are one of the singers that have like a really huge spectrum of singing. You can sing very, very solid. You can scream, you can growl. Something like Corey Taylor, maybe Ivan Moody. What came first for you? Was it like singing or screaming?
For me, it was I was a guitar player in an old, I played guitar and did backups in an old doom metal band.
Oh.
So slow death metal. So the deep growls were the very first thing that I started doing, just the low, trying to be as much like Grave or Cannibal Corpse as I could. And then as time progressed, I figured out that I could scream and do high stuff as opposed to just the low growls, and then I started doing regular singing and stuff. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to sing along to Iron Maiden songs in my bedroom and irritate my neighbors. You know, they'd be like, tell them to knock it off or whatever, you know. But singing and being a vocalist was always something that I'd done, even though I really kind of started as a musician playing guitar and writing riffs and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, this is of course a very difficult time for your band. We all know what happened a couple of weeks ago. Is it difficult for you to go on touring and promoting this thing, or are you taking this more like this is a celebration of Oli's life and his work?
I think it's a mix of both. It is hard. Oli was in the band for 20 years. You know, he was the only original member left that wasn't me. You know, he was the first guy to play that position. Like we were only a 4-piece before Oli joined the band. So it's weird and it's hard, but it was important to us to keep going. You know, for a little while we had to kind of figure out what was best for us, and then we kind of figured, you know, Oli lived and breathed metal, and he loved playing shows, and he loved writing and loved being creative, and he would have wanted people to hear the record for sure. So we kind of felt like we had to, whether we felt comfortable with it or not.
Yeah, of course.
So it's really kind of something we were like, well, you really need to go ahead and buckle down and get out there and get used to the idea, because he would have wanted you to play these shows, and he would have wanted you to go out there and keep going. So
okay. Well, Jason Richardson is playing the shows right now with you. Is he just for this tour, or do you consider him maybe as a future guitarist?
Right now, he's just playing the tour.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't really discussed at length what is going to happen after the tour and moving forward with all that remains. So for right now, he's filling in.
Okay.
It's possible that people would see him next year doing some stuff with us in the U.S. and stuff. You know, so we'll probably discuss a significant future with Jason or what the band wants to do about, you know, a permanent replacement probably after the beginning of the year.
Okay. Well, the gap between your last 2 albums is only a year or a year and a half. What happened? Too many ideas?
Well, we finished Madness in 2016.
Oh.
We finished it we were done in September.
Oh.
And then we had, our label had issues with scheduling and release dates and stuff, and so our record got pushed back, and, you know, we kind of were at the position where we felt like, okay, it's been 2 years since about 2 years since we started writing a record, we should start writing another record. And we kind of looked at the calendar and we were like, oh yeah, Madness hasn't been out for 2 years yet. It's only been out for a year and change. But we kind of felt like, well, you know, we don't want to change our, you know, creative cycle, I guess. So we figured just go ahead and bang this out. We started doing some demos with Dan Laskowitz, the guy that produced this record. your viewers might know him from a band called the Acacia Strain. And we liked the way the demos were going so well, we kind of were like, why don't we just, we got like 4 or 5 demos now, why don't we just go ahead and knock out, 5 more songs? We feel like they're going well, we've got really good ideas that we're excited about working on, so why don't we just go ahead and knock it out and finish it now? So it was, for us, the timing seemed normal. I understand that people kind of perceive it a little different because they're looking at release dates, but we kind of think about, well, we started writing it, at this time or whatever. So. Okay.
Well, you are a man of strong political views, let's say.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's fair.
What do you think of the current situation in the United States, of the Trump's presidency and stuff like that? Are you satisfied or not satisfied?
I'm not a guy that gets behind presidents. I'm not a guy that gets behind individual politicians. As soon as you say I'm a, whether it be Obama or Trump guy, I support Obama or I support Trump or I support Bush, you're expected to apologize for all their shortcomings. And every single president has shortcomings, some more than others. So I don't get into the that's my guy kind of thing. I have certain political opinions that I believe, and it doesn't matter who the president is, if they don't agree or they're pushing policies that are counter to what the kind of things that I believe in, then I'm not going to support that. Yeah. So for me, I'm a policy guy. Okay. I'm not a president guy, because in the U.S. presidents change every 4 or 8 years. So getting behind a president, no, I'll get behind an idea or a policy and I'll be like, yeah, that's a good idea, but that's a bad idea. And it frees you up from having to, sit there and make excuses for something that they do that you don't like. There's too many people out there that generally they'll say, oh, I don't like this particular type of policy, and then their guy will do that. And then they're like, well, this time, and they have to make excuses and they have to compromise their individual beliefs, and that's not how I roll. So I don't get behind dudes, I get behind ideas. Okay,
cool. Well, last question. Your music is pretty eclectic, from hard rock to basically death metal. Mm-hmm. Which bands have a real impact on you? What are you listening to right now?
I like Bring Me the Horizon a lot. Yeah. When it comes to the heavier stuff. I'm excited about a new Slipknot record next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be cool.
The single they put out.
It's heavy.
It's pretty amazing.
It's cool. Yeah. Other than that, I listen to a lot of pop music. Mm-hmm. Normally, I listen to a lot of electronic music. I try to avoid listening to too many of our contemporaries. I don't want to have too much influence by other metal bands, I guess.
Yeah, sound the same.
It's really easy to sound the same, and whether people like All That Remains or not, they can't say that All That Remains sounds like this band. They might be able to say a song sounds like that band, but then there's other songs on the record that are going to sound nothing like that band. So you can't say that All That Remains sounds like this band, or All That Remains sounds like that band. All That Remains might have a song that sounds like that. And that's one of those things where I think that kind of reflects my personality a bit. I don't like to say that All That Remains is anything other than a heavy metal band, because we're not a death metal band. There's not the subgenres. We can do whatever we want. We're fully autonomous people that have different likes and dislikes, and we can write whatever kind of song we want. And we've done that throughout our history, and I think that's an integral part of All That Remains as an entity.
Yeah. Okay. So we're looking forward to the next things. Thank you so much for your time. Phil.
Cheers.
Greatly appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Phil Labonte, All That Remains, Metalshop TV. Rock on.